Vague refers to something that is unclear or imprecise in its meaning or intention. Inconsistent, on the other hand, refers to something that does not remain the same or is not uniform in its behavior or quality.
This would be like, why am I not getting lasers?
This is bring me the check in Japanese. According to the videos I saw.
What if we do Wakanda forever? Does that work?
I think that means you pay everybody's bill.
Oh, fuck that.
You don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I'm Japanese rich for me, not everybody else.
Oh, wait. No, Wakanda. That's black folk, man. That means somebody else pay my bill.
Hello, gents.
Hey.
Welcome to another week.
Technically, we're good.
Goodness. What was that?
Nobody's sick. It's a good. It's going to be a good podcast.
But mostly, got these freaking allergies starting to kick in with the weather changes. Because out here in Colorado, it's like 20 degrees, and then it's 60 the next day, and then it's 40, and then it's 60, and then it's 20 again. It's like, man, schizophrenic Colorado weather. That's what happens.
It's all over, man.
Used to
Not
it.
just you. We had.
So I was going to before I was watching. I was telling the guys before we logged on, everybody, that I was watching Invincible to catch myself up. And before that, I was like, no, let me try to find something different. I was like, I don't know. I didn't play Mortal Kombat in a minute. But I was like, nah, I think it was like
play as RoboCop.
Robo. Oh, I forgot they had those expansions and shit. Nah, man, I'm more of a Killer Instinct dude. I like playing. I think it's Kilgore, the robot.
Yep.
I like playing as that dude. I like it so much that I actually paid the $10 to get it on my Xbox back in the day. Dude, it was so cool. But that made me think. Did you guys know that?
Real quick,
go ahead.
Circle back. Mortal Kombat, you can actually play as Omni-Man, so you could still be doing Invincible as.
Yeah, and the new one, Mortal Kombat 1. They got Omni-Man.
Okay, that's cool. And I am circling back because that made me think about how Mortal Kombat was based off of that one Scandinavian church song. It was a Finnish hymn, but I can't remember.
You guys.
Duke was like, oh, wait.
You're welcome.
Can't take you guys anywhere.
No.
That was the wrong one.
That was the wrong one. Was it?
Might have been this one.
Should I back up? Oh, there you go. Hold on. You got it ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was a Finnish hymn.
90% of our podcast is now just going to become a soundboard.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness. Woo-wee.
How's your guys' week?
Stressful.
Busy. Just work busy for me. What was stressful? Was your testing stressful?
Yes. And as soon as I was done, I felt the weight lift off of me. I was like,
oh dang. Yeah, it was stressful.
Yeah.
Have you heard back, or are we still waiting?
No, I don't know. I have no clue.
They're
like, we'll see you Tuesday for the oral interview.
No, I guess that means you successfully proceeded.
I mean, they gave me that before I even took this part of the test.
They're going to just combine everything at the end and then tell you. Okay, well, that's cool that they're letting you go through. I mean, worst case scenario, you've now been through it once. Right?
Exactly.
So now next time look for the guy on his phone.
Right. If there is time, we'll see.
So was it just you and one other guy, or was that the window?
No, 5 of them, right?
Well,
no, 5 of them.
I was just asking because when you were talking about it, you were saying there was another guy that was right after you, and so I just
he's just the only one I'm talking to about it. Yeah,
you just have the same window or whatever.
Because we're the only dudes doing it, so bro power.
Cool. Yeah. So Tuesday's another. So the oral exam, you have to make. Do they check your gag reflex, or how does that work?
I saw this stuff on Facebook recently that turns off your gag reflex. It's for dental visits.
Nice. Yeah. Probably want to make sure you get get that on your uvula.
Exactly. No, it's so you get there like half hour earlier or so before the interview. They give you the list of questions I want to ask you.
Nice.
So you can kind of sort of prepare for it.
That's cheating.
So you have them now, or they give them to you?
No, they'll give them to me then.
Half an hour.
So
okay.
yeah. Except the only questions, those are the questions they ask everybody. But I guess based on your resume and everything, they'll ask stuff based on that. So we'll see.
All right, you're going to get a lot of questions about cable,
right?
What's the thickest standard wire that's sold in America?
Man,
when you have to work with your brother and he's not doing his job, what do you do?
Hey, he's the boss over there now. He's come up in the world.
I mean, he'll always just be Milt to me, so I can name drop him, right? That's fine, because he's old enough. He can take it.
He is.
And again, I think we're the only two people that call him Milt, right? So like nobody's gonna know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Internet Google search, they're gonna be able to track Jack down.
No. Go ahead, Lou. Google Milt. Tell me what Milt is.
Okay. I'm curious enough.
That's what she said?
Uh-oh. Milt is the seminal fluid of fish, mollusks, and certain other water-dwelling animals. They reproduce by spraying this fluid, which contains the sperm onto Ew, that's nasty. Oh, Peter, that's nasty.
Uh-oh. Lou just got caught. The soldier's coming back around. Lou lifted his box up too early.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's okay. I have been educated this evening.
Boom. Dropping the biology on you. You didn't know Vigley and Consistent could do that, did you?
I mean, with that name, that is biology being dropped on something, so yes.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. For sure. Oh my God. How about you? He had busy work. I had busy work. I had a couple meetings this week, the whole thing. So how was your week?
Well, he had to go into the office.
Yeah. I mean, that was normal. So I guess the big thing for me was that they put out that list of buildings that were going to be for sale, government buildings. They had identified some big long list of buildings that were for sale, and the main building at the place that I work at was put up for sale.
Wow.
Like nobody knew. They just put the list up and everybody was like, what? So
are we moving out or?
Right, yeah, did they address it?
So somebody posted it on Reddit. So I responded with, everybody back to work. And then I did like the parentheses, walks up to the door for sale sign on the window. And it got like 50 likes. And I was like, yeah, validation.
We have such low standards for ourselves.
Yeah, we do. It was funny. I was out at dinner and my phone kept pinging because I hadn't muted the Reddit notifications. And it was like, you got your first like. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then it was like, you have 5 likes. And I'm like, okay, now I'm paying attention. What's going on? But then the next day they pulled the list down. So who knows what's really happening. So.
Well, that's weird. Because they exposed the CIA black site or some shit in Virginia.
Yeah, no shit. Big balls exposed to CIA black site. Besides that.
Oh my God.
Besides that, last night I went and I work with this group who goes and volunteers at different fundraising galas. So like the beginning and the end of the year, all of the nonprofits basically have their galas for the year. So last night's was the company. I'm just say company, but the project is known as Sam Day. So the kid's name was Sam Day, so they just call it Sam Day. But then it's like
Sam's
a day. Yeah. So, but they give a bunch of money for like childhood cancer research, and so yeah, it was I do that to get my good karma for the year. I do like 2 or 3 of those with them with the same group of people. But yeah, I mean we register people in. There was probably 600 people that we had to register and get them checked in and stuff. And then they have like a silent auction. They have a dinner. They have a live auction. So like last night, they were auctioning off trips to like Costa Rica. It was somewhere in Colorado, not like Vail or whatever.
We need to auction off a guest spot on Big League.
There we go. Well, they did actually have a wish list item where they were like, write down what you would like to donate. It has to be worth $1,000. I'm like, oh yeah, guest spot definitely worth $1,000.
Yeah, hell yeah!
But
you'd be a guest the whole year, but say whatever.
the dad, the dad of the boy who died, yes, Sam. He, I guess, used to be a Pac-12 referee. And so he does a thing. The 2 years I've gone and worked it, he had one of the things you can bid on is you get to go to O'Malley's, which is a bar here in town, and they basically clear out you get the entire space to yourself. You get to hang out with him, open bar, and Outback caters it. So you can pick any bowl game, any playoff game, anything like that. You and 10 of your friends can come and watch the game with him. They promote it as you're getting insight from somebody who used to be on the field, type of thing. But I'm like, open bar and Outback, like, come on, like. But those, I mean, I was in the back logging prices and winners, and I was like, some people, I'm just like, damn, like, I would have to be calling.
It's their good karma.
Yeah, I'd have to be calling like, all right, Lou and Jack, are you down with this? Are you down putting $1,000 in? Because I want to win this, but I want to make sure everybody's committed before we do it.
My first thought was, do I know 10 people I could take with me?
Exactly. Like, you're like, wait, who do I want to hang out with for a whole entire football game?
No, it'd be worth it to bring Lou so he could argue with the ref about bullshit calls.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, the whole time. The whole time.
And you could do it in person. It would be amazing. In person
with an actual ref.
Right. Yeah. Why is he flipping the coin for the heads or tails cost with his right hand? Well, what about the left-handed people? That's bullshit, man.
Best two out of
Use the
three.
other hand to flip the coin. That's why I came up heads most of the time all this season. I saw the stats.
But I guess these guys have been really talking me up because like the entire family knew who I was, which was kind of weird because I haven't like introduced myself to any of them, and they just would come up and be like, "Are you Duke?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Maybe.
I'm like, you were up on the stage like doing a presentation. Oh yeah, I'm Sam's mom, and I'm like, oh, like cool, nice to meet. Like it was weird. I was telling one of the girls when I was thanking her for inviting me back. I go, it's weird because that type of like recognition is like different. I'm taking it different than like my friends, right? Like when you're with your friends, except for you guys, of course, because we can talk about that in a second. But most of the time, like your friends are super supportive and like, yeah, go get it and do what you need to do and that type of thing. Like, but to get it from like people who I don't know and don't really have a relationship from, but yet still like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Yeah,
and so it hits different, So when you have people come up and say you're doing a great job, and I'm like, I'm just here to like, I just do the job. Like I just know, it comes easy to me. I can just and get everybody through. And they're like, you do a great job, and everybody loves you here. And I'm like, I need a moment. I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, So, but yeah, so I, they do 2 or 3 events a year that I try to help them out with. So it's pretty fulfilling. Now that I don't, yeah.
Is it gonna pop up or the heart?
No. Now that I don't have the diorama thing anymore to fall back on.
Right.
But yeah, that used to be my thing that I would enrich my soul, but now that's just become work. So, which kind of sucks. I mean, we talked about it when we were in Anaheim. Like it was just. It's different than it was before, But we could talk about that when we get closer to Celebration.
Hell yeah.
So, but yeah, so that was my Saturday. It was pretty cool. They gave me some
no participation in Women's Day.
I went and hit some softballs with women. Does that count?
That counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
International Women's Day, supporting women fondling balls. Hell yeah, that counts.
Yeah. So, 100%.
What else would you do on International Women's Day?
When was that, today?
Saturday,
Yesterday?
I think. What's today? Sunday. So yeah, yesterday, the 8th. Because out here, there were some people that Denver had their thing going on, uh, and whatever protests they were doing. Longmont, I think Boulder did something. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that shit. Um, and I don't know. Philosophically speaking, it don't make any sense. You're already a blue state, so what is that going to do? But whatever. Hey, as long as they feel better about doing it. I said that too. I'm in a Discord thread with some of my Magic fellas, the Magic the Gathering, and I don't know, 20 of them, and like 18 are all supportive. I'm like, all right, yay for you. And I could support them. Like, hey, you want to go and do this and express your First Amendment right? More power to you. Go out, have fun, be safe, blah, blah, blah. I support you. At the same time, I don't understand what your point is. Because again, you're in a blue state. You're not a swing state. It's not even close.
Just a celebration to do it.
If it's a celebration, that's one thing. But they were like trying to protest, make it all political and shit. It was like, that didn't need to happen. Just go and celebrate. Yay, International Women's Day. I mean, they need that. Men, we don't. There's not an International Man's Day as far as I know.
We don't have feelings. We have muscles.
It's the other 364 days.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we're not weak like that, so we don't need to do that. So I get it. But again, more power to them. More power to them. I'm glad they had a good time. Everybody was safe, so that's all that mattered. But if like, and this is in general, any protest, if you're in a spot where, okay, you want this to happen, everybody's already on your side in that place, like, I don't get the point. You're not changing minds. They're already on your side.
And you're not going international either.
Welcome to the echo chamber.
Like if you were getting on an international stage, cool. But that's what I don't get about people
for sure.
like here protesting about for Gaza and Israel and all that shit. Like, why, dude? We're in Vegas. Nobody cares.
Yeah, basically. Oh, but hey, they had a good time because they hit us up all after. Hey, everybody safe. We had a good time. A lot of support. I'm like, hey, more power to you. I'm glad. And then there was one guy who was like, he knows that it really wasn't going to do a whole hell of a lot in the grand scheme of things. But his coworker was in the Alphabet community and was like, I'm so happy. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate the support. And I was like, dude, okay, that's a win right there. I'm like, kudos to you. So like I said, even though it's not the way I lean, I could totally support it. So constitutional right, man. Exercise that shit. Have fun.
Hell yeah. America.
Yep. But that was really it out here. Nothing else was going on. I mean, we had the protest marches, the support, all that was happening yesterday, but it was quiet. I ran a few errands and really didn't do a damn thing. Watch more, obviously Japanese videos. That's about it.
Primed.
Yeah.
Dude,
I did
you closer than us, man. You're out there a week before us, so it's getting closer for you.
Yeah. No, I mean,
is the excitement hit yet?
A little bit. I mean, it's getting there.
Okay, not quite. All right.
I mean, we so the guy that's already living there, we went through.
Oh yeah.
Wednesday or Thursday, because he's going to be he's going to be my travel partner through most of it. Just because we're like the people that I'm going to be traveling, quote unquote, traveling with, they're actually going to go a few days before me to go to the F1 race. So we're going to land. We're all going to meet in Hiroshima. We're going to do a couple days in Hiroshima, and then Osaka, Kyoto is right near there. So we might do that little stretch together, but then they're going to go up to Mount Fuji, do a bunch of hiking and that type of thing. I don't really have any interest in doing that, so we're going to stick kind of along the coast a little bit.
The beach,
I guess there's
the beach with the sand.
No. There, I actually don't think there's that. I mean, I think the beaches in Japan are pretty well defined. Besides that, it's all just cliffs and stuff like that.
It's like rocky.
There's not. I mean, it's like Oregon. It's like there's beaches, but there's a large percentage of it too that is just rocky cliffs and just off into the ocean. The guy that I'm going to be traveling with, he's super into like kung fu and martial arts and stuff. So I guess right outside of Kyoto, there is a couple places which are kind of known as the origin of where the ninja was born. So we're going to probably go swing down there and check those out. And they have like a ninja museum. And I guess if you go on like particular days and stuff, they'll have like demonstrations and whatnot. And I'm like,
is he going to take you to the 36 chambers?
I hope so. That would be dope as shit. I'd be like, me and Wu-Tang, what's up? Throwing it up. Like, I'd be weird.
Isn't kung fu Chinese?
It'd be the weirdest It'd be the weirdest Instagram post ever. Is me, the whitest guy in the world, like Wu-Tang, what? Like,
yeah, in Japan, yes, it would be.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, and the next day I got escorted out. So awesome.
I was banned for
Hey guys,
for tourists only.
Right? Hey guys, I'm reaching out from Hawaii. I got sent back.
Yeah. So I have an 8-day layover in Hawaii, and I won't be at Celebration. So please pick me up the Roosevelt.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah, and then it'll just be working our way back to Tokyo, where we'll meet up with my friends that I'm traveling with. Probably go to a baseball game, meet up with you guys when you get into town, do some stuff, and then do the celebration.
Wait, but still not the Star Wars baseball game on Thursday night?
No, that one I think was a raffle, and it was, I don't know.
Oh,
like
the whole
even
thing.
Just looking up,
yeah.
Even
yeah,
like
it definitely took work.
Even like, well, and it's, I feel like the way that tickets and stuff like that. I went and I looked at. So the baseball game we were originally going to go to, the one in the Tokyo Dome, basically completely sold out. But then, like it would say available, and you'd click on it, and there would be one seat, and you're like, no, that's not available. Like, that's a lie.
Look, I'm lame. I'm not that lame. I need more than
so
one
there's
ticket.
another team playing, but even then, like, you go to the site, you click on tickets, and it takes you to a page. Like how you go through the path. Like, I'm so used to, we're all in America are used to doing like a certain, like, click, Ticketmaster, click, and then you have your tickets. Here, it's like you click, and then you have to go to like another thing, and then like it's weird. Like, you click on tickets, but it takes you to like the schedule, and then you have to scroll down, and then when you find your game, you still at the bottom have to click tickets again, and then it takes you to like. But it was funny, they had a like, they don't have them broken down like they do here, where it's like club seats, bleachers,
right,
that type of thing. It's, are you a fan of the team? Yes or no? And you click on yes, and then it says, okay, here's the seating that's available to you. And then it says, like, this is the fan section. Do not click on this unless you are a fan, in capital letters, of the team. Like, it was real funny how they were like, it was like, we're picking the safest place for you to go, so you don't fuck up and go and end up in like the wrong part of the stadium. And I'm like, I mean, I appreciated that, but it was just funny because normally they're just like, here's all the tickets that are available, you pick your own,
Have fun with those Eagles.
I mean, if you're neutral, I was like, if you're neutral, does that matter?
They'll tell you like where to go, because there are some areas that are fan, they're doing the chants, they're doing the, like, all these people are dialed in, and then the visiting team, same thing, right? Like, they have their section with their stuff they're dialed in on. So,
that's kind of cool though, they do that.
Yeah. So, and then we end up in back in Tokyo, and then we'll be there, through the I'll be there through the Tuesday. They're leaving on Monday, so, and then we will depart, and you guys will be moving on to the Disneyland Hotel, the Tokyo Disneyland Hotel, and
living it up.
Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, I'm getting excited. It's nice to actually be working on specific things, like getting an itinerary more kind of like outlined. I mean, I still have a few days where it's just like Tokyo stuff, because I'm just like, well,
whatever that means.
Well, and again, it's like a list of stuff that I want to do, but then like you get up in the morning and you're kind of like, how do I feel? What do I feel like doing? Right? Like, I don't want to be like, well, we need to do these 5 things today, right? Like, even the first half of the trip is kind of like, we're going to Osaka, and we might go to Kyoto, but we might go to Osaka for 1 day. We might go to Kyoto for 2 days. Like, we don't know. Like, just trying to kind of feel it out,
So for I guess accommodations, you're just gonna wing it
up until I hang out with you guys. Like,
yeah. I mean, that first week though, you're just like, if we're gonna be in Osaka, we might be here, we might be there. You're just like, okay, it's 9 o'clock, we need a place to stay. You just pick a hotel and stay there.
I'm dialed in for Hiroshima, because that's the first place we're going. So we're dialed in for those 2 days. He's gonna be
stank come Thursday, Lou. Give him dibs on the shower.
For real.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, exactly. I will not have showered for 4 days. They'll actually just strap me to they'll strap me to the top of the Shukons, and they're like, "No, you are not entering this, sir."
My first thought is it'll be just like him at San Diego. So
wow,
with them stinky boys.
Wow.
Because those boys don't shower either. Oh, and some girls. I don't want to be
I
sexist.
just don't understand how the funk is still so real there. Like,
mm-hmm.
It's been 12 years, and you walk
Some
in,
things
and you're
never
just like,
change, sir.
Yeah, I would imagine it's the same thing at like the Mos Eisley Cantina. Like, you go away for 10 years, you come back, that shit's still smelling.
Yep. You can still smell Doritos on that bitch.
Still rank.
Yeah. Doritos. It smells like Why do you think that the fucking cantina smells like
Dorito? Not Doritos.
I'm like, wait, they serve Doritos at the cantina? What?
There's still freaking burnt roti flesh going on.
Are you guys excited about the change to Smuggler's Run?
It'll be interesting.
I don't think so.
I mean, it'll be. I feel like change is good. Like, I think it's like
it is. You got to mix it up. You can't stay stagnant. I get it, but I just don't know if that's the change I wanted.
Yeah,
or would have wanted.
Well, and with them kind of Batu kind of removing the timeline guides that they've had for 10 years or 7 years, 8 years. How long have you been going to Batu, Jack? Come on,
I think Star Wars Land opened in 19, dude.
19.
Yeah, it was right before Rona.
Yeah, so 6 years.
Yeah,
7 years.
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm fine with them removing the guardrails. Like,
Oh, I thought you meant like the OSHA guardrails and motherfuckers just falling off the Death Star platform.
Yeah, well, I mean that's going to happen. That's going to happen. But
so is it still going to be Hondo?
Yeah, I mean, all of them are still going to be there, but I think they're going to have...
Okay, so they're not changing.
They're just going to introduce more characters inland, right? So you'll have an opportunity to see Leia and Han and Luke and old Obi-Wan and young Obi. Like, there's a potential for them to...
What are you talking about? I thought it was Mando and Grogu.
So you guys are on two separate tracks now.
Yeah, we are on... It's like we're looking at each other in... Rise of the Resistance, going like, are you a mirror? Am I a mirror? What's going on? So, sorry, I transitioned from Smuggler's Run to just being Batu overall.
Oh,
the Smuggler's Run's going Mando and Grogu, but Batu as a whole is slowly but surely removing the timeline restrictions that they've had on it since it opened.
Oh, the sequel timeline is going away?
It's not. I mean, it's going. It's
not
going away.
I didn't hear that part. Yeah. I just heard about the Smuggler's Run thing.
Yeah, I don't remember who they said they're introducing, but they're bringing somebody in.
Luke's coming for the Season of the Force.
Yeah, so Jack's going to get a picture with Luke.
Dead.
Yeah. So, yeah, especially if it's young Luke. Like if they bring Jedi Knight Luke. So that just is going to open the door for them to introduce other characters that...
Mando Season 2 Luke.
True. But Batu, Galaxy's Edge takes place after Last Jedi, so Luke's dead.
Oh, that doesn't work.
Okay,
that's
they
what
already fucked up because Kylo has his helmet, so he should not have his helmet if this is after Last Jedi.
He has his original helmet, not his...
Yeah, the non-fixed one. Yeah. Okay, all right. That's fine. Have fun with it. Only us, or there's only a handful. Let's be real. I was gonna say only a handful of us are gonna notice, but it's everybody that's going to Galaxy's Edge also. but there's still some. There's gonna be a lot of folks who are not gonna get it, and more importantly, not gonna care.
No.
Well, and
not gonna care.
And what it boils down to is, I get what they were trying to do with Batu to begin with, but if you're just doing character interactions, who cares? Like, you've had those in the
I'm with you.
You've had those in the Star Wars launch base since the beginning. Like, we shouldn't have been able to walk across the park and go visit Vader on the day we did. Like, if you want to be like, oh, we're all about the timelines, like Vader.
No, we weren't in Galaxy's Edge then.
But I'm just saying, like, the fact is that they wouldn't be able to do that in other parts of the park without.
Don't take away Vader from me. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
No. I want Vader to stay. I want Vader to be an option, much like I would like everybody else to be an option too, if they want them. I think.
We should make everything Episode 9 options. Everything should be Episode 9.
It'll just
be,
for Duke. Then it'll be a black hole. Yeah. I'm just gonna walk up to the thing, and you're gonna be like, "Do you see all this cool stuff? Do you see the million ships that nobody knew about that are all fully crewed?" Nope, I don't see what you're saying. Nope.
I'm still waiting for that story to be fixed. "Quote unquote" fixed. I'm sure it exists. We just don't know what it is.
I didn't read the novelization on that one. I don't think. I think I only read
even if it's in the comic book later on, something. You got to figure out how all that happened, and I'm sure they did. I think. Well, I'm not sure actually, because they just kind of winged it from the episode freaking 7. So maybe they don't have it figured out.
So you're saying JJ's a hack?
Yeah, we shall see. I would never say that. Not after watching freaking what are those things called? The light burst in Star Trek. That freaking flash. That thing. Yeah. Oh my God. At least he used it sparingly.
Star Trek, the spiritual sequel to A New Hope, with it being in the Star Trek universe.
Yeah.
I think that was the I really liked the Star Trek though. But when I walked out, I was like, oh, it's because I loved A New Hope, so that's why I really like this Star Trek. And everybody else who kind of is a nerd was like, yeah, that totally, that was 100% Star Wars. He basically just took A New Hope and reskinned it with. Mm-hmm. It'd be like the Fortnite seasons changing and going from Star Wars to Star Trek, but literally nothing changed except for the skins. So.
And I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, not that that's a bad thing. Again, I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot, but also not something that I go back and watch a ton. But I also don't.
So I was like, sorry, I just made me think. Speaking of Star Trek, Shatner's going to be here at Fan Expo Denver in July. Maybe that motherfucker's like 90 years old.
Maybe he'll spit on you.
93 or something, whatever he is. But I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie. I actually consider how old he is. I kind of consider getting something signed.
Why not?
I've been a fan. I mean, just because I like Star Wars don't mean I hate Star Trek. So they're two different things. Science fiction versus science fantasy, and I've enjoyed Kirk as a character. Dude's hilarious. So I don't know. T.J. Hooker, Priceline. There's.
If only we can get Kaylee.
So I don't know. That's kind of cool.
A convention too.
Oh, good lord!
That'd be.
I'll get something signed.
That would be hilarious if that was like the promo page on.
It really would be.
It'd be like all the people who have ever been a Priceline commercial before.
Oh my God, Priceline, dude! The marketing on that would be fantastic. They would get so many eyeballs in their area if they could pull that off. Imagine them in a booth at freaking San Diego Comic-Con. Oh my God, that would be so damn funny. I mean, I'd go. They'd get my attention. Let's be real. Bessie depends on what Kaylee's wearing. So.
They did announce a Goonies reunion at
I did see that
at Rose City.
At Rose City, yeah, 40th anniversary. I think that was the number that when I went and saw it earlier in the year or late last year. Whatever it was.
I think the girl, Brad? No, not Brad. Why can I not think of his name? James Brolin's character. James Brolin. Wow. I'm thinking of his dad, Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. Right? There we go. I was like, we're going to help you out.
James, his dad, right? It's been a long day.
Oh my God.
I don't think his girlfriend in the movie has done many signings, so I think this is at least I don't.
Oh, she's going to be there. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize she was going to be there.
I think she's one. She's kind of the one that hasn't been on the. Martha Plimpton, I think, is also going to be there. I don't think either of them really do a bunch of shows. At least I haven't.
Andy.
Yeah, Andy. Yeah. But both of them are going to be there. Mama Fratelli's not going to be there though.
Joey Pants.
Yeah, Joey Pants.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
I am actually seriously considering meeting Joey Pants and having him sign my. I'm going to go buy a copy of Bad Boys and then have him sign that.
Yeah.
Is the other girl going to be there? Andy's friend.
Yeah, Martha Plimpton. Yeah, she'll be there.
Yeah. Okay.
I think all So Sean Astin.
I know Corey Feldman, right?
Sean Astin, Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
I think the only one they didn't announce was Chunk. I don't think Chunk is going to be there.
What about Josh?
No.
Okay, I was I don't.
So Data, Chunk, and Brad. Why is Brad sticking in my head?
Brand is Josh.
Brand.
Yeah.
The three of them aren't. I was close. Fuck you,
so
Jack.
close, so close. It's a stupid fucking name, unless it's short for Brandon. Still a stupid fucking name.
That's got to be right. That's what I thought it was the whole time. I always thought it was short for Brandon. It's just people get lazy. That's too many syllables.
Yeah.
2 is a lot.
And Robert Davi's gonna.
That's why I call you Jack, and I call him Duke because everything else. And meet Lou. 1 syllable, man. I ain't got time for all that. I gotta save my spit.
Efficiency.
And Robert Davi's going to be there. So.
Abu Dhabi. What?
Robert. Abu Dhabi. Yeah, Abu Dhabi.
The character actor dude. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
I like him.
And looks like Will Wheaton's going to be there. So that's all the people that are announced so far.
Will Wheaton?
Yeah.
He was in that?
He just means in general.
He's just going to be there.
Like Duke, you're switching gears. You got to keep up.
Man, I'm like, Will Wheaton. I'm like, what?
I don't know who anybody's name is, and Lou just cannot keep up with where we're at in the conversation. So.
No. I'm all like, Will Wheaton was like 3. What the hell? I mean, he wasn't. He was 10, but still, give or take.
Wesley Crusher.
He was busy.
Yeah, because he was a teenager in Star Trek in '89, so he must have been, born in. Oh man, holy shit! He really might have been like 8 though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Will Wheaton has nothing to do with Goonies. Got it.
He just popped up on the rotating advertisement thing.
Well, maybe he was going to be in the sequel. I don't know.
Maybe he is.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be funny.
I'll ask him if I see
a couple years from now. A couple years from now, we were like Goonies sequel. It's like, oh, dude, you guys remember?
Remember when Lou fucked up?
Yeah.
You remember?
Turns out he didn't fuck up.
Lou's dream casting of Will Wheaton in the Goonies sequel.
In Goonies 2, yeah.
Playing Joey Pants' son.
Yeah.
Check it out, y'all. Here's what really going on.
All of a sudden, Lou becomes the Hollywood.
Joke's on you.
Lou becomes the Hollywood reporter, and he's just reporting all of this breaking news. Hey guys, did you know this person got cast as 007? What?
Just wait. Oh my God! Speaking of which, last time I saw they did it. They made that black dude Snape.
Yeah, it's official
for the HBO series show. I was like, what kind of dumbass shit is that?
Hey. But look at
it's right there written. It's on the screen. It's on screen on the paper. It's on the paper in the novel. Tells you it describes Snape that he's white.
Think about it.
Milk
when they do the flashbacks to James Potter and Remus and all them picking on him, they're going to be picking on a poor, ugly black kid. That's going to go over fucking awesome.
I was thinking about that too, man. It's like, really? Did anybody think about this? That we're gonna make the black guy. I guess in the end he's kind of a hero. Sort of like, I know what we can do. We can't have any white people. We'll get to that when we get to Daredevil. We can't have any straight white males in any kind of positive role. So let's get rid of them, and we'll make the black guy the hero when we get to book 6.
Is John Lithgow not
7? I don't know that Dumbledore isn't. So I don't know if Lithgow is. That's an interesting hire, though. I know he does a really good British accent, but that was a surprising hire.
And he does a really good side eye too, as I learned during the office.
yeah, that's a good point. Actually, that's a good point. We need JD Vance's side eye to go in there. We'll meme it. Don't worry.
JD Vance's sofa eye.
It's gonna be funny. But I just again, what was the point? It's like. The point was to have there's black characters in the novel. Just make them black. Make everything exactly as it is. That was the whole point, I thought that was the whole point of the series, to follow the books more closely than the movies could, because obviously movies have to cut stuff to get into a 2-hour time frame. These shows, the books on the TV show doesn't have to do that. They get to take their time and do it right.
You know why, Lou?
Well, I say hold.
No,
that's fair.
Lou, you're an influencer.
But the problem is I'm talking about it, but I won't watch it now.
One of the 7 people that listens to our podcast is somebody higher up at Warner Brothers.
It's like, oh shit, we have a black guy, and he's not into a black guy being hired as a white guy.
It's
change it, fire him.
James Gunn, Feige, Kathleen Kennedy, and the higher up at WB. Those are 4 of the 7 people that listen to us, and your girlfriend.
Right? It's like what
counts for 90% of our audience. I guarantee you.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was like, well, I guess I don't need to watch this show. I'm like, all right, moving on.
Will you?
Let's be real. It's gonna get it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, sorry.
No. I'll just gonna talk about the streaming. I mean, the I wish it would binge. I want it to drop all at once. But go ahead.
But will you take Jack's opinion of it when he watches it? Will that be a deciding factor on if you watch it or not? So if he says, "Hey, it's not a big deal," will that influence whether or not your interest level, right, or your urgency?
That's not possible.
Okay.
Because it is a big deal. That's the thing. You can't now. You can tell me it's still good and he played a good Snape. That's fine, but it's still a big deal until you change other shit. When you make a black person white, then you'll get my attention.
And then
but it's always a white person. It's always a white person being changed to fill in the blank. A white male is I won't say always, but almost always being turned into a black fill in the blank, a female fill in the blank, a foreign, whatever, Asian, whatever, fill in the blank, man or woman, doesn't matter. It's never the way around. Why can't we? The only one time I could think of when it happened was, I think it was Doctor Strange, when the Ancient One was supposed to be like an Asian
old Asian
dude. Yeah.
Also, Avatar. Just saying.
Wait, which Avatar?
The movie.
Oh, fuck that movie, dude! No. Yeah. Pick something that's worth a damn. We got to talk about something that's worth a damn.
Oh, now we're setting bars. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be at least good.
Wait.
Lose money, but
so you're saying the white person getting turned into a black person, and then I said, and then he joins a podcast with 2 other white people.
Yeah, exactly. I missed that. Hell yeah, that's spot on. We need to go back and edit that shit.
Or just elevate my voice over loose.
Yeah, there we go. Good luck with that shit. You got a black and a Spanish person in one body, man. Right?
All of a sudden, I'm getting hit by a shoe, and I'm like, wait, where did that shoe come from?
Exactly.
Like, that's what
I'm talking about. I'm gonna throw a shoe, it's gonna come around, boomerang, hit your ass, and the chocolate, and then I'm gonna try to feed you afterwards. So it's all good.
And then all of a sudden, the lasagna is just gonna be like, burp. And I'm gonna be like, lasagna, and you're like, no, that's enchiladas, and I'm like, no, it looks like a lasagna.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's a lot of it's the half black, half Spanish. You get enchiladas and a lot of inches. It works.
Enchiladas that are double filled with meat. What?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's so cheesy. Schmegma. Milk.
There you go, milk. There you go.
Oh my god. All right, let's see.
He's going to be so mad listening to this at work tomorrow.
I know, right? Yeah, he's one of the first ones that usually listens to. Love you, buddy. Daredevil? Did y'all get to it? It took me a minute. I watched the first episode, and then it was like 2 hours ago I watched 3 hours ago I watched the second episode.
Is that?
And I'll wait until like Wednesday before I watch the third. I won't watch it Tuesday. So.
Is that one coming out one at a time now, or is it still 2? Okay.
Yeah. No, well, there's a 2-parter.
Somewhere in the middle.
I want to say. Yeah, episodes 5 and 6. Yeah. Episodes 5 and 6 are a 2-parter. But that's because they're trying to time it so the next week because Andor comes out the 22nd, so they had to put a 2-parter in there to finish it on time,
make it fit.
That's other kind of jumping. We'll get back to Daredevil in a second because we brought it up. That was weird. I didn't know Andor was doing all their arcs in one night.
Yeah, it's a movie, dude. It's a movie every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were doing all 3 episodes. I think it's 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's 3 episodes a night.
4 years. Yep.
For 4 weeks.
The 4 years.
Yeah.
For 4 weeks. You got it. Yeah. It's exactly. I was like, when I was looking up Daredevil and like how the time, because I was talking to a friend of mine at work, and we're talking about like, okay, the timing, they have to do it. You would think that there's no overlap, and it's going to be Daredevil ends, and then they go right into the next thing. And then I think when Andor ends, they're not going to the next thing. They're going to let the movies play out a little bit and let their movies hit the theater and make your entertainment do that before they jump into Ironheart. So that's how I understand it's happening. But
because the end of May is when Thunderbolts comes out, and then
July is
end of June, early July is when Fantastic Four
Fantastic
comes
Four.
out.
Yeah.
And then September is Ironheart, I think.
Something like that.
September, October.
Yeah, something, whatever. Yeah. So they're trying to, so the movies all play out first.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't care about it. I like that they're having Daredevil end the next week. We're over into Andor, like Star Wars into Marvel into whatever. That's fine. But I'm glad there's not too big of a gap. It's like, okay, this entertainment's done. Now let's on to the next one. So.
Well, and they've also done it where they had the finale of one show and then the start of the next show on the same night, or
like a night,
the next day. And that to me, I don't like that. Just make it the next week. It's
Tuesday,
fine.
Wednesday. Yeah, I'm with you. Give us a week to talk about it.
Yeah.
Let the word of mouth come out, and then as that starts to die down, the next show starts. Okay, sounds good. But Daredevil, I enjoyed it. We had obviously we got a straight white male that we had to kill off. We left the female alone. So okay, yay, typical Disney. But I'm okay with kind of what they're doing with it. Like even back in the day when they said,
just Jack's reaction. I'm sorry, Jack's reaction where he was like, "What?" I'm like,
but it's like, well, if you remember a couple of years ago, they weren't even supposed. Karen and Foggy weren't even going to be in it. And then they saw She-Hulk, and then they said, "Oh God, this sucks. Nobody wants to watch this. Let's fix this." So they brought him in just to kill him off. And I'm like, okay, at least they brought him in, and the killing mattered. It's like, okay, killing him off mattered. It affected Matt and Karen. So kudos. And I'll tell you what.
So one of the I bring up that he's a straight white guy that got killed
because Disney did it. Because that's what they do. Because that's what they do.
One thing has nothing to do with the other. They killed Foggy because he's Foggy. That has nothing to do with him being a straight white guy. Foggy never even got laid in the show, dude.
They could have picked somebody else, couldn't they?
No.
They could have picked Karen. They could have picked Karen.
No, because he was dating her.
Why not?
And then they need that drama of them breaking up over Foggy dying. It's for drama.
They could have the issue. No, the drama would be Foggy and Daredevil, Foggy and Matt, because as Daredevil coming in, he's the problem. He's the one that caught. If it wasn't for him,
they already did. Daredevil's the problem. Go back and watch Netflix. That was
4 years ago. No, we got to come back. It's like episode 7. You got to come back and remind everybody what happened.
No.
Yeah,
they did it fine.
Yeah. Why not? Why not kill the woman? That's all I'm saying. Why not kill the woman? Let's kill the white man instead.
She has tits.
I mean, I'd rather her stick around too. I ain't gonna lie, she a cutie. And oh my God, she did not age in the 4 or 5 years either. What the fuck, man?
Like, do you want to know like the real reason? Like, as far as like the real life reason?
Oh, sure.
Because it was easier for them to shoot those 2 scenes than to reshoot the whole thing. So if you notice, like their scenes were very isolated from the rest of the show, right? So the scenes with her
on the reshoot, you mean, since they changed the story? Okay,
so that's technically why Foggy died, because if they kill her, Foggy's going to stick around, and then they have to reshoot everything,
and they have no scenes for him,
right? And so they killed.
Oh my God, they did something to save money. Kudos to them.
They killed him because it's easier for her to have been like, I'm out, fuck you all, I'm going to San Francisco, and peace out. And then they had the one scene after his court case.
Yeah, when they're in the hallway. Yeah,
nobody else. I mean, she came in, but she was also, all of that stuff could have been cut around stuff that they already had. Also, and then she bailed. She's like, here's your horn, I'm out.
My guess is they just reshoot it. My guess that the court scene is probably just a reshoot.
But it was easier to just do that section than to try to figure out how to make Foggy work through everything they already had done. So this, to me, was and again, I never watched the Daredevil.
Oh, that was the practical reason.
Yeah, that was the real life reason why they did what they did. So she'll probably come back in at the end for some reason.
I'm sorry, were you about to say you never watched Daredevil on Netflix?
No. I think I watched season 1, but I didn't watch any of the rest of them.
Wait, what? Holy shit.
glad I could serve that up for you, my friend.
Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on. These allergies are choking up my spit. Oh my God.
By the way, the soundboard is so freaking loud, just to let you know.
It really is. Good. Yeah, it really is. See. So Duke could have appreciated that storyline of killing off Karen and have Foggy and Matt have their drama because of Daredevil. See, there you go.
But I'm also okay. I'm also okay with them making the pivot without reshooting the entire series.
Yeah, for sure. Practically speaking, it's solid. It really is. And again, they did a good job with it. I'm just sick of every fucking time. Why does the white male have to be the one that dies? If I live my life where all the white, in my world, if all the straight white males died, I'd have no friends.
you'd have Jack.
This is a real personal thing for me, people.
You'd have Jack because he's bi, so you're safe there. So you still have your bestie.
Oh my god!
They killed Ben in the Netflix series. He was black. # spoiler.
But besides that,
I know, right?
Besides that, I enjoyed it as well. I thought they did a good job.
It was well done. I'll tell you what. One of the scenes that stood out for me the most was in that first 5 minutes when all this was happening. If you go back and watch it, if you didn't catch it the first time, Karen's reaction to the body hitting the ground, thinking it's Matt, and her being so scared that she just lost both of her people within 30 seconds of each other, her acting in that, oh my god, it was so good. I went back because I noticed it the first time. It really did. You have a chef's kiss sound thing in there? Because damn, it was. I caught it the first time when it happened. Before I watched episode 2 tonight, I went back and watched just that scene again because she worked it. She had it going just for that. I mean, she's good as it is, but that 30 seconds they have on her when the thump happens and she's just kind of shaking and oh my god, it's so good.
I just picture now Jack in front of the mic for like an hour going, nope, not right. Nope, I don't. Nope.
I'm not feeling it.
It needs more bass.
Just copy that shit from Ratatouille. They got some sounds right. But yeah, so episode 1, I thought it was fine. Episode 2, I thought was really good as well. Obviously, there's only the 2 out there, and episode 2 is pretty fresh because that was about 3 hours ago.
But when
I really did like it.
When Matt took the nightstick and like shattered all the knives that were embedded in him, I liked that little moment because he was done up like
yeah.
I wonder because I talked to that coworker I mentioned earlier. We talked about that. Do you guys think they were just barely in him? I think because he has the suit, so the suit would have absorbed most of the blade anyway. So I don't think it was really that big of a deal.
But also Bullseye's going to know where the seams are. That's also something else. So
they
might not have hurt as if you were just wearing a regular shirt, or because he was punching people's tickets in the bar fight the whole way through, just random people. Like there's a girl who stands up and all of a sudden you see her go, well, and
the guy coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
Wasn't it 10? Because they said it at the court hearing. It was it was 10.
So take away Foggy, you got 9 people.
But Matt knocking out the lights with the night.
Oh yeah,
that was good. Yeah.
Using the Captain America shield physics.
Yeah. But I thought the fight was done really well. So
I didn't.
No.
They what they wanted to do was done really well. The performance of it was horrible. If you go back and look at it, the CGI when Matt's swinging around looked horrible. The actual fighting, you could see the misses that they weren't even touching each other, not even close. It looked horrible. And I caught that the first time going wide. I was like, ooh, CGI is gross, and it's obvious that they're missing. It kind of reminded me of the fight in Echo. I think it was Echo. Wasn't he in the first 20 minutes of Echo? Okay, same thing. It looks so bad. The fight choreography was fantastic, but when they actually applied it and did it, it was like that fucking Jedi power kick that Luke did on the skiff. So it's kind of like that same thing. It was like, oh, that looks so bad. But I did like what they were doing. I just wish they would have cleaned it up or get closer. Like, do how many takes you got to do to get the fist closer so it looks more real.
But that's a cinematography thing, because that's an angles, because you can make them look.
You could fix that, right? Yeah, for sure. If they had a different angle, you wouldn't notice that shit at all. Right. You're right.
Yeah. So,
but you're right. But the actual choreography, it was pretty bad.
That's more what I meant. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that. That was pretty cool.
the whole dynamic between now his girlfriend is now Fisk's therapist, and she's gonna have to like isolate those two worlds because he's gonna come up. I mean, she's a therapist, so I'm guessing she already is reading into Matt's reactions to all of the Fisk stuff with him being mayor.
Yep.
Trying not to be a therapist there, but that stuff just naturally. So I'm sure that will come up and be a fracture point, be a wedge.
Oh, of course.
So.
Between the one, because he's going to find out.
I can't wait until Frank finds out the cops have his skull on their wrist. He loses his shit.
I was curious about that when they showed dude in the apartment when Nick was escaping. Yeah, I was curious about that too.
That fight was brutal. That guy, the first guy, when he got his head smashed into the fridge, that was fucked up.
I was like,
man, that arm.
Because he got his arm broken first, and then Matt grabbed his head and shoved it into the fridge, and then the table, right?
Yeah.
It was like the fridge and then the table, and I was like, that homie ain't getting up.
I wonder how they're gonna play that out. Like, I'm already curious at episode 3. I was like, come on, how are they gonna resolve this? Oh man, that's going to be interesting. Like, is he going to stay there and see what happens, or is he going to leave?
Bouncing, dude.
And but if he bounces, then you put the issue on Nick. Now, it's like, did Nick do this? It's like, okay, that's what I'm worried about. If he's trying to protect his client, he can't throw Nick under the bus like that because he needs Nick to be a credible witness and all this. So that's why I'm like, oh, what are they going to do? So I'm excited. I mean, they even back in the Netflix days, they knew how to do a serial. So.
What do you guys think of them?
Looking at you, Star Wars.
What do you think of them being not dismissive, but them talking about like his magic amulet and stuff like that, but yet it not being like a thing? Like the way that when they're talking about it and he's bringing up and he's like his costume.
I didn't have my amulet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the judge and the DA and stuff. It was like a normal part of. It was like talking about the guy's ring on his finger or the
right. That's how I took it. I took it as like, okay, they know White Tiger is not new to them. They understand. So obviously something with this amulet they already know about. So they just like, okay. I'm more surprised that they didn't like go confiscate the suit. Like as soon as you find this out, don't you go take this?
Well, they're not allowed.
I mean, like,
to. It's
no. They can't. No. That part is true. In the court, you can't bring it up. But outside of that, it's like, dude, he's White Tiger. Vigilantes are illegal. So. Go take, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking of.
Fisk wants to make vigilantes illegal.
It's not illegal yet?
I don't think they are. It's
a day one promise. He'll sign an executive order for it. That'll be.
But that
I'm
was
fine with that. On that case,
that was what he ran on, was that he was going to stop the vigilantism and put the power back in the cops' hands. That was like his whole.
A man dressed as a spider.
Yeah, that was his whole. That was the only thing he ran. Was that?
Vinny D kills that shit.
Oh, yeah.
My wife, she's like, meh. She loves it just because of him. She'll watch it just because he is so
Vanessa, I don't want to be in this world anymore.
I did like that the police commissioner called him out for being a baby, basically still a child and just looking for love. I was like, damn, just straight up to his face called him out with that shit.
And then he's like, speaking of babies.
Here's your wife eating these shitty cheesesteaks.
I fucking hate the cheesesteak. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
That was a disgusting sandwich. That was another complaint that I had, but not for the show. It was because of the trailer. When Bullseye fell off the roof, I'm like, well, obviously he lives because they show him in the trailer with his jumpsuit. I was like, so when they're trying to zoom in on him and he breathing or open his eye, whatever, I was like, oh, yay, duh, we already saw this. So it kind of took away that mystery, and I wish they wouldn't have done that.
In the Netflix show, that was was that one of his one of his special powers was his
to heal like that? I don't think so.
Or is that something that's new?
Because he's supposed to have he was supposed to have an adamantium skeleton they can't say that back then, but yeah, I think in the comics he has an adamantium spine graft or whatever the hell it is. He's got something. He's not super. He doesn't got that super healing. So when he fell off, I was like, oh shit, did they actually kill him? for like a half second. I was like, oh wait, I saw him in the trailer in his orange jumpsuit. So I was like, so yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh, so of course he lives. And then they show him. I was like, yeah, okay. That excitement just went away from me. I was like, I blame the trailer on that. So
the Hawk. Nobody survives the Hawk, right? That's the DA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised the judge was on his side for that one, with the White Tiger evidence. I cannot believe the judge was on his side, because that judge was an asshole early on.
Well, he's mad that he killed the cop, but I think he's still
Allegedly, he's a judge. Allegedly. Mm-hmm.
New York's very liberal, so I'm sure he is.
Oh God, that's your problem right there.
Well, that's what now Fisk. I mean, it'll be interesting to see now that Fisk is in power, how the court case goes forward, right? Because we haven't had Fisk in power through whatever court, whatever proceedings we've had up until New Year's Day, right? So it'll be interesting to see what, now that Fisk is in power, because I'm sure that case is going to come across his desk. Somebody's going to say something. It'll probably be BB or whatever, the girl that was in and was
BB.
Supposed to interview him. So
what is it? Is it Ulrich? Ulrich? I can't remember the freaking Ben's last name. Oh, it's Ulrich, right?
Yeah.
So she goes by BB.
The Fisk fanboy. Do you guys see the Fisk fanboy is
Gandolfini's kid? Yeah,
that's kind of cool. Kind of a little full circle moment there, like, because I'm sure he did the same thing to his dad when he was in The Sopranos, like, even though my understanding is James Gandolfini was nothing like Tony, like he was like
the character,
he was like the nicest guy in the world from what I've heard. Shirt off his back kind of guy. So
he's just a teddy bear.
Mm-hmm. Most of us big beasts are. All three of us. Let's be real.
I'm just a bear.
Hey.
I told you Jack would be fine.
I'll have one friend when the apocalypse happens.
Yep. You guys can share the gimp mask back and forth. Odd days will be Lou. Even days will be Jack. It's fine.
Okay.
Sundays will be.
I get an extra day every 4 years.
No. Channing Tatum will be Sundays.
Bring out the gimp. Oh shit! That reminds me. I forgot. We're supposed to do our 90s. We got like 20 minutes to go. We're supposed to do our 90s top 90s albums, y'all.
And distracted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'm first last time.
Hold on. Else. I was gonna say See, Duke. It'd be me or Duke.
Up to you.
You guys already saw my list, so should we do Duke's?
We're doing top 5 90s albums.
Top 10.
God damn.
Did you fail the assignment again?
No, it was I did. So I only have 8.
You even sent me my list from our group text that said I got it to 10. That's the very first thing it says in the picture you sent me.
No, that was that was for the movies. The movies I got it.
I'll do my. No, you sent me my song list because I'm looking at it right now.
All right.
Okay, I'll go while you figure out the last 5.
No, I got 8. I only got a few.
You got it?
2. I got.
Okay. Well, hell, go for it then.
So
go for it.
My top 8.
Wait, in order or no? Because I think Jack did his in order.
I don't have an order.
Okay, go for it.
I mean, they're kind of in order, but not really. So, for me, and this is mostly based. This is me personally. The amount of times that I listened to these albums
front to
through
back.
the 90s. Okay. So number 1 by far, Metallica, the Black Album. That was in my Walkman for like 2. That was in my Walkman for like 2 summer camps while I was working.
Damn.
But I would fall asleep every night to try to stay awake till wherever I may roam, and never made it through of Wolfman Man.
Wait. You're old. So was it a CD Walkman or a cassette tape Walkman?
It was a cassette tape.
Damn, son.
It was that yellow motherfucker with the clip.
Oh, no, yeah.
And it always like had the seal that you were like, it felt like you were opening like a carbon. It was like a carbon freeze thing. You'd be like, like you'd hear the rubber just be like peel off.
Oh my god!
And it had the big rubber buttons on it. But yeah, so Metallica Black Album, probably far and above everybody else. As far as like CDs go, the debut album from Korn. That one was on my. When I used to take the bus everywhere. That was I had one of those CD pouches that had like room for like 4 CDs in it, or like a tiny, like you could do the book, but I only had the CDs put in there. But the Korn album was on there for quite a while. And then another one that was in there was Pearl Jam Versus, not Pearl Jam 10, but Versus, the one with the dog on the cover. I listened to that album a ton as well. Dr. Dre, The Chronic, of course.
Hell yeah.
9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral.
That's a good one. Okay.
And then
also the backup name for your penis.
Yeah. That's basically. And then the other backup name for my penis, the last one as far as his regular albums is Stone Temple Pilots Purple. So
Purple over Core?
Yeah. I love Purple.
You know what though? Purple is really good. I love Core, but Purple is
my favorite Stone Temple Pilots song is Pretty Penny by miles.
Oh, that's a good one. Dude, that's a good one.
And that's one of those ones.
The second album.
Yeah.
12 Versus Melodies.
That was one of those ones. You know how you listen to a song and you're like, I hope this becomes a single, but I don't hope it becomes a single?
Yeah.
Because I want this to myself.
But I want to keep it. Yeah, exactly.
I also want to be the guy that's like, oh, I was listening to that shit.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you're just finding out about this?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been listening to this shit since day one. And then
he was 6 years old.
Yeah. And then I put soundtracks. So I have the Batman Forever soundtrack, Phantom Menace, and Aladdin. And Aladdin was one of those. The story for Aladdin is when I was working at the same summer camp, the guy who was in charge of the programming, when we would stay up there, so we would have the camp would run Monday through Friday, so we would have the weekend, and people who had to travel far would stay up there for the weekend. Like they would stay in. They had a big lodge at one point. It burned down 15 years ago, but we all had bunks in this lodge, and that's where we stayed when we didn't go home. So there was a few times, even though I could go home, there were a few times I stayed up at the lodge, and my 2 musical memories from that were they would play the Aladdin soundtrack when it came out all the fucking time. Like it was just on repeat. And then the second one was there was an alternative rock station here who every Saturday night they would play at 11 o'clock or midnight. I think it was midnight. They had a mandatory Metallica. So every Saturday night they would play an hour. And that was the first time that I ever heard One, which is my favorite song of all time, unedited. Like, because they used to have like a 4-minute version of that song. But it's like a 7.5-minute song. And that was the first time that I ever heard, when I was laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and I'm like, okay, I'll fall asleep to mandatory Metallica. And then I'd be like, oh shit, it's One. I guess I'm going to be up for another 10 minutes. Like,
oh, that's so funny. Because I can't remember where I was, but somebody else did a mandatory Metallica out here, or Metallica Monday or whatever it was. And then the other one that was a daily thing was they'd play Pink Floyd at 4:20 every day.
Yeah. I think a lot of those. I think back then a lot of those types of stations would borrow from each other. Like,
oh, for sure. Oh, plus that they all owned by the same company. Yeah. You know, so
well, not back.
Different cities, not back different cities and everything.
Not back in the 90s. Like a lot of them. At least.
Yeah. In the 90s too. Like this. I don't mean within the same city, but like LA would have like blah 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 owned this company, but they also had a radio station in Denver and San Francisco and Dallas, so they would copy the same stuff.
But now they're all owned by one company.
Now it's even more so. Like you're in one city and one company owns. Oh, it's like, how many times have you heard our sister station? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my god, there's like 2 companies in the city and they just split. Like we're gonna have our classic rock, you're gonna have your classic rock. We're gonna have our sports station, you have your sports station. We're gonna have our 80s, 90s, and today. I'm just like, we're gonna have Alice. I'm like, oh, okay. It's just like whatever. 2 freaking companies. So You know what? But you bringing that up though, our next week's homework should be soundtracks. But we'd have to like keep it musical, like as in lyrical stuff like that. Like because if you don't do that, I'm going to pick like the Conan the Barbarian soundtrack, or you know what I mean, scores and stuff like that. Like something I would pick for this if we did it with like soundtrack, like the Crow soundtrack with Stone Temple Pilots on it and all that shit. That soundtrack would be pretty solid too.
Yeah. Yeah, you could also put is Crow 90s? Crow's 90s. Yeah.
Crow's 90s.
So
yeah.
late 90s.
I don't even mean to keep it 90s. I'm just to pick top 10 soundtracks. Yeah. That might be even harder. Shit.
But you could split that. You could split it between.
Disney's going to win a lot of them for me.
But you could split it between musical and not. I mean, you could do 10.
You can, yeah. If you want to do 5 and that's a good idea. Do five but more scores type and 5 or more.
Soundtracks. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be kind of cool.
So there you go. There's my 8. I'm sure there's others that I probably had in the mix because I was part of BMG for way too long. I probably owe them. I probably owe them so much money. Because I'd always forget to put the sticker and say no, I don't want.
Send it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man. Once they folded, I was like, ha, you're not getting my last 3 freaking tapes.
So there you go. There's my top 8.
All right, solid. I have the Chronic as well, and Metallica's Black Album. Those both were on mine. Mine. When I was doing mine, I was kind of more of a what did I think would be the top 10, not necessarily my personal top 10.
Okay.
However, some of them on here just so we have a different angle. But some of these on here are going to be, and I'll call those ones out. So Metallica Black Album. I thought that would be the Chronic. That one definitely on my top 10, my personal top 10. I played the shit out of that one. And living in Southern California at the time, especially. But at the same time with that, and this is in no order, by the way, is when I also was listening to Doggy Style. So when Snoop came out after that, it was like, are you kidding me? You just put these two on rotation. Just play one, and then you'd play Doggy Style, then back to the Chronic, and then Doggy Style. So that's what it was for me. And then again, thinking this one wasn't really on my list, but one I would have guessed was All Eyes on Me, Tupac. So I figured that one would have made the list. This one for me was Jagged Little Pill, also another nickname for Duke's penis.
Only Jack would know. Have you been talking?
It's like, Alanis Morissette. So that one, talk about just getting radio play. Like 5 singles dropped from that freaking album. It was just, I could still play it today and have no problem with it. It's a good one. All you women who are pissed off at a man, you got some hate and recovery to do, go play this album. You'll be fine. There are some recovery songs in that too, so you'll be good. After that was Pearl Jam, but I went with 10 instead of verses. But because 10 around the time, 10 core. I want to say if it was Facelift from Alice in Chains, all these are out around the same time. And then also my list is Nevermind by Nirvana. So all those alt groups that were just hitting at the same time. It was like 10 was followed by Soundgarden, Super Unknown, was followed by Stone Temple Pilots Core, or the other way around. But like those three, and Nevermind, all those came out with like 6 months of each other. It was ridiculous. But 10 stood out to me. There was probably that album. I actually still have that CD in my truck right now. So that one stood out. The next two are basically ones that I thought, I guess kind of last two or so, the ones that I thought would be on the list just because of their cultural impact and whatnot. And that's Dookie, Green Day, Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic.
Song about masturbation ever.
Yes, exactly. This guy. Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic, Chili Peppers. And actually that one, it wasn't on my top 10 personally, but it was top 20 for sure. That one I played a lot. And the I wouldn't say the country loved it, the freaking world loved it. It was a very popular song, popular album. And then Sublime. So, but yeah, that was basically it for me. The ones that were close, I had some close ones, and that was like Core, for example, and Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. So, but again, those ones were more of the personal ones because especially my senior year in high school, 92, 93, I was listening to a lot of alt back then, and so it was just that, and more that.
I filled in my last two drops real quick.
Okay.
Super Unknown by Soundgarden.
Yes, that was the one I was talking about.
And then Rage Against the Machine, same.
Oh, okay, solid.
So, yeah. Once Jack gets done, I'm on this top40weekly.com site. What we can do is go through their top 10 and see how we feel about it. So go ahead, Jack.
All right, cool. Jack?
All right, mine is going to be like 99% rap. That is what I listen to.
Wait. Is it in order?
Ish.
10-1?
Ish.
Okay.
First is Gangsta's Paradise, Coolio.
Okay, Coolio.
That album was a banger.
Okay. All right.
And it was actually one of the first albums I bought.
Okay.
Versus LimeWire?
I ain't had that shit, man. No, you just borrow it from your friends and dub it.
Okay, that's true.
Arr.
Who's the rich friend of the group?
Exactly.
Who's the rich friend of the group?
Let's see. Next is Predator by Ice Cube.
Okay, I'm like, what? I was like, the Predator had an album out? I was like, all right. All about aliens and shit.
I didn't know Kanye or P. Diddy was releasing albums back then.
Right?
Wait, is
Top track?
That's R. Kelly's first album.
Next is the Lone Wolf, Dookie. Because even though I was into rap, when Green Day came out, I'm like, these guys are pretty good. So,
all right.
36 Chambers, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. This one, you guys probably didn't listen to it. Duke might have. I might have forced it on him. It's Dark and Hell is Hot by DMX, his debut album.
Yeah.
That's my fucking jam. Shut them down, open up shop. Yeah.
Open shop. I'm surprised when we were driving around in my fucking Escort and just fucking blowing my speakers out, driving around the neighborhoods. We were driving around in Long Beach, and a couple of times we ended up in Compton accidentally, and we'd be like, this is pretty cool. Turn the music down. We will get shot.
We don't want this attention.
Two gay-ass white dudes driving through your neighborhood bumping DMX. Yeah, that's going to go over real well.
Pretty fly for a white guy.
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
I think for the first 5 years that Jack and I knew each other, his dad thought we were together.
He actually asked my brother. He's like, are Jack and Duke gay? It's fine if they are. I just need to know.
I think I saw your dad in his underwear before I ever saw you in your underwear. Yeah. So to be fair.
Well, he was checking it out. He was scouting. If Duke's gay, I'm wearing this.
I would show up to his house so early on Sunday after I'd get off work, and I'd knock on the door, and he'd open the door, and he'd be like, and then he'd turn around, and I'm like, oh shit, that fool's still in his chonies. What the hell's going on right now? And then I'd sit on the couch and he wouldn't wake anybody up. He would just go back to bed. So I'm like sitting out on the couch, and I'm just like, and then eventually everybody at like 10 o'clock would get up.
Oh my God. Thank you, DMX.
Sorry, Jack, go ahead.
It was already mentioned, but All Eyes on Me. Tupac's double album on Death Row. Amazing. The Slim Shady LP. Hell
99, yeah. 99, you barely made the cut on that one.
What? The album. Redman's first album. It's a banger. And then already mentioned Doggy Style and Chronic. Because those were the 90s.
Wait, back to Eminem. Was that his first one? LP? Okay. I didn't know that was what it was called.
My name is.
I thought it was self-titled. I thought it was self-titled. Okay.
No, he didn't do a self-titled one. Closest he came was the Eminem Show, his third album.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one a lot. That's probably my favorite of his.
That one was good. That one was really
solid list. I think all three lists definitely illustrate to one degree or another how we grew up.
And obviously we're all around the same age, very similar. Jack more in the hood. So his Long Beach, right, Jack?
Shit, no, a lot of that was in North Carolina.
Oh, was it really? Wow, I would have lost that. But how'd that happen? How are you into listening to that shit in North Carolina? Is it black in North Carolina?
Very.
Oh, it is?
Before, it's all black. There were a lot of times I was the only white kid in the class.
Huh. Dang, I didn't know that about North. I thought it was just you got Duke and North Carolina, so I was just a bunch of white boys. So
that's where the rich kids go.
Yeah, North Carolina is there's pockets, right? Like Durham is very, very white. Greensboro, that's North Carolina. Yeah,
yeah.
Very, very white. But like once you get out of those two big areas, like it's yeah.
Okay.
It gets poor as shit.
We lived in a trailer.
Yeah, I guess so. Houston, Atlanta. I didn't realize they were super blacked out there in those cities.
Yep.
Yeah, the South is super like.
They just don't vote. That's why they're red.
We're gonna have to take Lou on a tour.
Makes sense.
We're gonna have to take Lou on a tour someday. We'll have to drive into Jack's old hood.
Wait. The guy that didn't want to go to USC, one of the top schools in the country, because it was a little sketch.
And had a scholarship at that. Yeah,
it was a little sketch because USC isn't that scary.
No,
USC isn't. The neighborhood is.
No, Jack,
USC is fine. No. Just walk outside the neighborhood.
Jack and I used to monthly go to a comic book convention that was literally blocks from the entrance to USC. Like, you want to talk?
Yes, I'm good. I will go to Maine. I'm fine.
And you know what? We met Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey, Stan Lee. Like, they would bring bangers. I met Porkins there.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Vermont and meet Bridget and Coco and Sarah. I'm fine.
Wait, is that where all the midgets live?
That's added bonus. Come on now.
When you said Bridget, the first thing I thought it was Bridget the Midget.
Bridget the Midget?
Wait, what? I'm like, I met Midget the Bridget.
I wonder subconsciously that's why that was the first name that popped in my head.
I mean, I feel badly because I should have got a blowy from her, and then you could have had it just like
right, vicariously through you. It would have been fine. And just imagine how big your jagged little pill would have looked.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God! Just put that thing in her hands, man. And she would actually need both hands. Come on now.
And a foot.
Oh my God. And a foot.
And a foot.
Okay, all top right. 40 list. You got it up.
All right. So these are so the website, the paragraph, how they quantify it is these are the best albums of the 90s bands. This list of 90s music was compiled using several sources, including chart rankings, music video rotation, radio airplay, genre influence, and cultural reference or cultural influence.
Seems involved. Okay. So, seems very involved.
Number 1, Nevermind by Nirvana.
All right.
Number 2, 10 by Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Number 3, OK Computer by Radiohead.
I get it.
Yeah.
Not for me, but I get it.
Yeah. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Okay. I mentioned that one to y'all a couple weeks back.
So, but again, we're talking in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
That's 25 years ago at this point. So she was viewed differently back then than she is now. I think a lot. Automatic for the People, REM. I was never a big REM guy.
I liked them, but
I liked some of their songs. I would.
Was that the Losing Your Religion album?
Yeah, that song played
Shiny Happy People and all that. Okay, that was a good album. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good album.
But I just got so burned out on the Losing My Religion. Like they played that.
Everybody did.
It was kind of like all the time. Okay, here's one that I think
one
will
goes out to the one.
Here's one that I think is going to have a little bit of a conversation. Achtung Baby by U2.
Fuck you.
I mean,
that was 91.
I'm fine
so
with
that was super, super early on to our.
No, that was a good one too. Isn't that the one that beat Michael Jackson out?
I think
that was Joshua Tree. I thought it was Joshua Tree. Actually,
I think you're right.
It was Joshua Tree that beat Michael Jackson in the Grammys. But no, that was a good album. I mean, I'm not a huge U2 fan, and they're a bunch of assholes. But that was a decent album.
The Chronic, Dre.
Okay, makes sense.
Metallica, the Black Album.
Yeah.
Jagged Little Pill, and then Dookie rounds out the top 10. I think we
did good.
I mean, we missed what?
We did good. Radiohead, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, Radiohead, Lauryn Hill, REM, and U2, but all the rest.
And U2.
It's because we have.
And even then, a couple of weeks ago, we did talk about Lauryn Hill. We are like, fuck that racist bitch.
But again,
I wasn't until I found out.
but if we would have done it in if we would have quantified it by saying like not your personal top 10, but
right.
And then just real quick, just to go 11 to 20.
I'm kind of curious what else is on there.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic was 11.
Okay.
What's the Story? Morning Glory from Oasis.
Yeah. Okay. They really only had like 4 great songs from that album, but okay.
Ready to Die, B.I.G. Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, okay.
Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, the Smashing Pumpkins at 14.
Yeah. Smashing Pumpkins, yep. Okay.
15, Downward Spiral, Nine Inch Nails.
9, yeah, you called that one.
16, The Score, Fugees. I mean, the Fugees, I think, is really that one song, right? Like,
they had a couple. The
one time,
softly, but
2 times.
And they also had Fuji La. And there was another one too. I forget what it was.
Is it like the Black Eyed Peas, where if you actually like listen to the album, you'd be like, oh, I remember this. Yeah. I've heard this before. Because I couldn't name 3 Black Eyed Peas songs, but I'm sure I've heard half of their catalog. All right, so that was 16. 17, Super Unknown by Soundgarden.
Yeah.
18, Crazy Sexy Cool by TLC. Okay,
TLC, yep.
That one, I think.
That one. That was actually on my original list that got cut.
19, Illmatic by Nas. Were you a Nas guy, Jack, back in the day?
That album, his first 2 albums. So that one has a song called Life is a Bitch and Then You Die. That one's good. And then his second album was one I listened to more.
Jack wasn't really into Nas until he saw Fast and the Furious.
Oh, Lord. 20.
You'll have to edit that so it's closer.
Yeah. No, I just like the pregnant pause and me starting to go back and do it, and Jack being like, "Oh shit! Oh
yeah, wait, I have these buttons. Let me push them." I didn't know I was supposed to push these buttons. I feel bad for his wife.
Number 20 is The Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest.
Yes. I really like that one. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't do too bad. No. We didn't do too bad.
Number 100 is Daydream by Mariah Carey. Temple of the Dog. Okay.
Oh, Temple of the Dog. Okay, that's fair.
Oh, here you go. 88, The Fat of the Land by Prodigy. 89, Devil Without a Cause by Kid Rock. I'm happy that Prodigy is above Kid Rock. I feel like that whole album is the Prodigy. That whole album is a fucking banger from beginning to end. Like, you can listen to that whole thing the whole way through and make it a workout. And
I'm actually surprised it's that low.
Yeah.
In the 80s. Yeah. I would have guessed 50s, 60s, not 80s though, but all right.
Well, look, smacking my bitch up it doesn't play well on the radio.
Yeah.
It would now. Shit.
Firestarter though. That's a banger.
Mm-hmm. Wait, no, never mind. They were later. So I was thinking of some 2000. I'm like, no, that's not gonna work for the 90s.
All right, Lou, give us some white people shit.
Man, I don't think I did anything all week. I'm trying to think. What did I? Because did I already talk about? Yeah, that was last week. We did the escape room.
Yep. And How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, that was last Saturday. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, nothing really going. Like I said, it's a quiet week. Didn't really do a whole lot. This upcoming week, I've got bowling on Saturday and a white people house party for St. Patrick's on Saturday.
Nice.
But like this week, dude, I've got a meeting on Monday, work meetings through the day, rest of the week. I mean, I've got a work event on Friday. It's an all-day event at a conference, hotel conference, big-ass hotel conference room. Vendor. It's like a trade show. Not like a trade show. It is a trade show. That's Friday.
Getting your swag on.
Yep, you know it. That's exactly. Oh, I'm going to be. I'll have you get there. You get your name tag. You get a bag, and my bag will be full. I'll tell you that much. I will go to everybody's table and take. I'm going to have so many pins. Oh my god. If anybody needs a wet signature, even though everything's DocuSign these days, that's okay. I'll have you covered. But yeah, that's for me. Yeah, really. Like I said, not a hell of a lot last week. This week will be a lot of work events, work lunches, vendor meets, meet vendors on site. A lot of that going on this week with the one meeting on, well, I say one meeting on Monday, but I may have to cover for a manager on Wednesday or Thursday. She kind of overbooked herself. Forgot about a change in schedule and was like, oh crap. I found out about Friday. It's like, oh crap. I double booked myself. I forgot to change this one when they changed it. I may need you to cover. On the bright side, it's like a 4:00 meeting that'll last half an hour,
Hell yeah. Straight home.
I was like, yes, I will volunteer to take that one for you.
I will volunteer as tribute.
Yep, I will volunteer as tribute. I want no part of your 6 o'clock meeting. That's an actual board meeting that's going to go to 8, but I'll take that 4 o'clock one that'll end at 4:30.
Nice.
What about you guys?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean,
not even softball, Duke?
No, softball doesn't start until April. It's supposed to. No, we're going to like the batting cages and just kind of like.
Oh, you're getting warmed up.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what's it called? Spring training. Yeah, you're doing spring training.
Yep.
Okay, exactly. I got you.
So,
I got you.
And I guess anything you guys are grateful for this week, right? We
haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, we should start that back up again.
Yes, we should.
Why not?
I mean, I don't want to do it every week, but I'm okay doing it every once in a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, but it has been a minute.
It has been. Shit. I'm grateful I can poop in my casita again.
Yeah. Very important thing.
I came out here.
Use that cat box. Sucked, dude. Right? That cat box was horrible.
Here an hour before we recorded, finish up the Golden Knights game, break down some boxes that I had out here. I'm like,
and poop.
I need to go pee.
Did it end 5-2?
No, it was 6-4.
6-4.
I think it was 6-4. They tried at the end. They almost came back.
That's
no.
Whoever they're playing first round.
6-5, because if they had scored, it would have gone into overtime. And then I would have been late.
Damn, that's a pretty good comeback then. They were down 3 for a while there. All right.
Yeah. OG.
Mm-hmm. He's grateful and appreciative that he can poop. Duke, what you got?
I mean, again, just the stuff I was talking about earlier with the going and doing the gala stuff. Like, it's nice to go and do something that is not connected to anything else in my day-to-day life and be appreciated for it. Again, I'm not looking for appreciation, but it's nice that it makes me feel good doing it because it's helping out people who don't have an option, right? Like the kids don't have a choice, right? They're just trying to live their lives. You know, if I get lung cancer because I've been smoking, that's my choice, right? Like these kids don't have a choice if they get cancer, you know. So being able to go and help them, but then also, you know, getting the good feedback, you know, it feels good. It feels good when you have people in your life that appreciate you without there being like a strings attached to it, you know. So that's my appreciation this week. So
all right, mine's hopefully it's not too down of a turn because it'll have a positive ending.
Mine's like your penis.
Exactly. Well, that's kind of an upturn, not a downturn, but that's a whole different discussion.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's like now it's really going to be dark. After that positive comment was okay. So last Thursday, my uncle died. Last Thursday, like 5 days ago or so. So it was like not too unexpected type of thing. So no craziness there. But what I'm appreciative of is the opportunity and some of the life lessons that he gave me. I didn't really seen him in 20 years plus, whatever. Growing up the military kid, my parents would send my brother and I to go visit my dad's side of the family in Fresno, my mom's side in Barstow. And I remember because everyone's like, do you have a positive memory? I'm like, yeah, actually I do. And it was so cool. It was probably in the early 90s. I don't think I could drive yet. I couldn't drive yet, but I think I was legal driving age. So I was 16, 15 and a half, something. And I was visiting up in Fresno, and my uncle saw I was bored, and he's all like, Zap and Roger are in town. If you want to go check out the concert. He's like, and also, I'm friends of the family of Miss Teen Fresno. So if you want to go out with her on a date, I'll take you guys to go to the Zapp and Roger concert. And I'm just like, wait, what? So last minute, he put this together, got us tickets, called his friend, got the daughter, was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. And me and Miss Teen Fresno in the early 90s going to Zapp and Roger with my uncle hooking it up. So that was pretty badass. And everybody who's asked me this last week, like, hey, you have any memories? That one I'm repeating. This might be the 15th time I repeat it, and I'm smiling every time. So it was kind of cool. That was like, because again, we didn't have a long-term relationship or anything like that because I was never there. So, but that one definitely stuck out, and it was kind of cool. So I appreciate it. And there's a lot of lessons in between that. Like he would just like I'm gonna say shady shit, but he taught me to keep an eye out for shady shit because he knew how to do it. So look out for this, look out for that. So little life lessons like that. So definitely appreciative. So shout out to my uncle, R.I.P. So yeah,
not a long time, but a good time with Miss Teen Fresno.
Yes, it wasn't. We're both like 15, so it wasn't too crazy, but we did both enjoy each other's company, had a good time. So I hung out with her like the last a week I was there a lot. So it was super
still
fun.
In touch?
It was super fun. No. I mean, if we were, oh man, I wonder if she looks like now because she was smoking as a 15-year-old. So from a 15-year-old, keep in mind, a 15-year-old is talking about a 15-year-old. Let's be very clear, 51, people.
Not 51.
YouTube. There's no Epstein list.
1995 Miss Teen
Fresno.
90.
90. Yeah, Miss Teen Fresno County.
All right, let's check this out real quick.
See if you can find a pic. While he's doing that, anything else we got going on? We're already like at 1:37, y'all.
No, nothing. I'm just
taking
big one to get her tooth pulled tomorrow.
Countdown. Ooh, dope.
Yeah.
Right before the birthday too.
No, big one, not little one.
Oh, okay. Big one's doing okay.
It's time for braces, so got to get them last teeth out the way.
Yep. Makes sense.
She bougie though, so she's getting Invisalign.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
If you know her, you know.
No, well,
yeah.
Do it. I guess now makes sense too. Don't want to do it like right before you leave to Japan when you're feeling all that pressure and pain. Let it have a chance to settle the next 6 weeks. So solid.
Detailed information.
Is it even 6 weeks? I don't think it's 6 weeks. I think are we down to 5.5 now? I think it is. I think it's 5.5 weeks now. 37 days. Yeah. It's Wednesday. Wednesday will be 5 weeks. Damn, that's coming up quick, man.
Year before you know it.
Yeah.
Yep. Closer for you.
Let's
cool.
see.
All right.
Wow. When you go back in the day, like there's just trying to find information out is rough.
Yeah. So that wasn't on the internet back then.
There's no specific. There's no specific information about the 1990 Miss Fresno County pageant in the provided context. However, the context does mention that Hannah Hawk was crowned Miss Fresno County in 2017. Not helpful. For detailed information about the 1990 pageant, you may need to refer to historical records or archives specific to that year.
Good Lord.
Yep, gotta go to the fucking library. And,
we're going to the library and we're doing some microfiche.
Can I get some microfiche? Exactly. I get some microfiche. Do y'all kids know what the Dewey Decimal System is? You probably don't.
What?
It's not a Donald Duck nephew thing. Don't worry about it though.
Oh, former Miss Fresno County arrested. Maybe.
I mean,
oh no, she won the title.
She wasn't that sketch.
This one won the title in 2016.
Okay, yeah, she wasn't sketch.
Miss California.
She was actually She was actually pretty innocent. She was she's a little bit shy, but yeah, that was fun.
All right, well, if you find her, we'll post her later.
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
Check the description.
Check comments below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and all the other stuff we're supposed to say.
And the ringling the dingling bell.
Oh yeah, the thingy so you get reminders. Yes. I forgot about that. What
notifications. Else? And don't forget about
Got him. That was the first custom one he put in too.
Oh my God. Good night, y'all. On that note.